Hi, I'm Gabriel, and this is Learning English Path. And in this lesson, I'm going to teach you the hero's journey, part 8, the Supreme Ordeal. In this series, we look at each step on the hero's journey, and we look at some English language that is appropriate to learn on that step. Now, what is the hero's journey? This is a story structure, a mythical story structure as explored by Joseph Campbell back in the 20th century in his book Hero with 1,000 Faces. And other people have also explored this mythic structure. So this is the 8th step, which is the Supreme Ordeal. I'll get to that in just a second. But if you like this video, first like the video and then make sure you watch the other parts of this series, okay? This is a 12-part series at least. And subscribe if you are not subscribed to Learning English Path already. And if you're interested in learning English with songs, make sure you get my free PDF guide on 101 songs to learn English. You get more than 125 pages of incredible exercises while listening to some great songs, okay? So what is this step, the Supreme Ordeal? Now, if you watched the previous lesson on the hero's journey, that was the approach to the inmost cave. Well, now the hero has gone into the cave and has to face his or her greatest fears, whatever those fears may be. And this is the Supreme Ordeal. You see, this word ordeal comes from the Old English for ordel or ordal, meaning trial by physical test. And this refers to back when they would determine whether someone was guilty of a crime through some sort of physical test. When they believed that whether the person succeeded in this physical test was ultimately shown to everyone through a divine act of success or a divine show of failure, which would have been determined by God, right? And an example of this would be someone walking with a blindfold on, barefoot, between fire, or red-hot fires or coals, right? And if someone were to die, then that meant that they were guilty. And if someone were to get through, then that meant that they were not guilty of the crime and they could live. So this Supreme Ordeal, that's a pretty big challenge, right? And that's what the Supreme Ordeal is in all situations, right? In your life on the hero's journey, that's what it is. So, what are some other words for this stage of the journey? That's what this lesson is going to be about. It's going to be a shorter lesson than most of them, okay? So, an ordeal is a challenge. An ordeal is a trial. Now, you know, a trial could mean a court case, right? It could mean someone sitting in a court these days to determine whether they are guilty or not guilty. And a trial can also be a word to describe any other big challenge in life. So these are all synonyms. Ordeal, challenge, trial, also test. Right? So maybe your trial, your ordeal, is actually a written test or a spoken English test, right? This is what your biggest challenge is. This is what you need to pass in order to be free or in order to succeed on your hero's journey. This is the big ordeal after you've gone through all the tests and faced all the challenges and enemies. Now you're facing the big one, right? It could be called a difficulty. It could be a battle, as in a physical battle in war, right? But a battle can also be, the word battle can be used to describe something else in life as well, right? You could come home from work and someone asks you, how was your day? And you can say, oh, it was a battle. Okay? Or if you were talking with someone and you were trying to get them to see what you see, you might describe that as an uphill battle. You're trying to get something up a hill and it's so difficult, and that's a battle. Okay, that's a test, it's a challenge. Maybe it's a confrontation. A confrontation. This is when you are talking with someone else and you're arguing with that person, right? This is a confrontation when you have a difference of opinions and it's difficult. That's a confrontation. Now, whatever your challenge is, whatever your trial, your ordeal is, remember that you may fail. But failure is not complete failure. You only really fail if you don't come back. The secret to succeeding on the hero's journey is to keep coming back. Have you ever played a video game? I don't play video games much these days, but when I was a little kid, I played Super Mario Brothers. And you can keep coming back, at the end of each level, you have a boss, right? And you have to battle the boss in some way. And the thing is, you never beat the boss right away, because the boss is really difficult to beat in a video game, right? So you never beat the boss right away, but you lose the first time, and then you come back again, and maybe you get a little bit farther, and then you lose, and then you try again, and you keep coming back to that boss. The video game allows you to keep trying again until you win. And one of the great secrets in life is that you can keep coming back and trying again and try again. That's something that not a lot of people tell you in life. It's not that once you fail and that's it. It seems that way, but that's not how life works. Life tries again and again and again and again and again until it happens, right? Until you succeed. You just have to look at biology to know that. Evolution, right? This is how life itself works. And you can apply that rule, that principle of life in your own life and on your hero's journey. You've never failed. You've just been given another chance to try again in the Supreme Ordeal. Keep learning, my friends, and keep going.